During this COVID-19 period, GreenFingers Mobile has decided to repurpose our digital small farmer management system. This will help and assist NGOs or organizations who are distributing food parcels to vulnerable communities. And the purpose of this video is to just run you through a quick demonstration of how the platform works. What you can see on your screen now is the front end of the application. It works online and offline. It is used by the NGO who will be distributing the food parcels. They will be enrolling the beneficiaries on the platform and then distributing the food parcels to those beneficiaries and logging those on the platform. So you can see here we've got my farmers, but for this case they'll be the beneficiaries. So we can add a farmer, and this is the information that we capture when enrolling a beneficiary. I'll show you for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll show you an already enrolled beneficiary. So we'll go to find the beneficiary, Abigail, and this is information that we're capturing on Abigail. So basic information where this household is located, which makes filtering for information a lot easier on the back end where all the data is aggregated. We also record the GPS coordinates of that household, where they're located on Google Earth, as well as some basic household data. So we can now view data on this household and how many people we're having impact on with these food parcels. Right, then if we want to distribute a food parcel to a beneficiary, we will search for that beneficiary. Once they've been enrolled on the platform, we will sell to that person. Although we're not selling to the person, we're just recording that actually took place. So we'll, the value of that food parcel, add it to cart, next, finalize. We now have a transaction saved, which is date and time stamped. So it gives you a record of that household with so many people in it has received a food parcel on such and such a date and time. This also gives your confidence to your funders that they'll be able to see that you've how many households you're working with, who's received food parcels, and how many food parcels each person has received. Then on the back end, we have access to all the aggregated data, which is moving you away from Excel spreadsheets where there's potentially a lot of there's a lot of risk in losing data, and there's low transparency. Whereas with this system, all the data that is collected in the field is aggregated on the back end. So here you have a quick screenshot of what's happening on the ground, how many food parcels. These commercial exchanges would be the food parcels that have been distributed, and the male and female farmers would be the heads of those households that you're supplying and distributing food parcels to. You also have access to all of the data, so who's been enrolled on the platform. And obviously you can filter through these persons that have been enrolled in these households. You can see how many food parcels have been distributed and on what date and what time. And obviously all this data can be filtered and exported for reporting purposes. And you have access to overall reports for the farmers enrolled and the food parcels distributed, as well as you have access to a farmer distribution map. So this shows you where each farmer is located. And if we zoom in here, you can see in Cape Town, there are 24 farmers located very close together. We click on that one, it'll show you who that farmer is, who's responsible for working with that farmer, the NGO's person on the ground distributing those parcels, as well as when last they were engaged, which potentially would mean when last they received a food parcel. Yeah, so I mean, ultimately this data can be used to provide confidence to funders that the money they've provided to that NGO is actually reaching the persons, and it gives you confidence to then approach additional funders to try and match or better the previous funders who have supplied money to distribute food parcels to very vulnerable communities who need support during this difficult time. Great.